Welcome to the massive open-world RPG game of Final Fantasy 15. A game of lots of walking, lots of talking,
Hello?
and lots of action. Personally, I really like this game. If not the story, the characters, and the RPG elements, and the enemies you encounter, it's the bond and brotherhood you forge with the four main characters over the course of the game. I've played through this game probably 3 times, twice from scratch and once through New Game Plus, just to relive the fun and to remember the bonding experience they each share. So the story is about Prince Noctis Lucius Caelum, son of King Regis Lucius Caelum of the capital city of Insomnia of the Kingdom of Lucius, and his 3 bodyguards, Gladiolus, Ignis, and Prompto, as they journey from Insomnia to a land far away known as Altitia to wed Lady Lunafreya Nox Florent because politics. Unfortunately, after a short while leaving the capital city, Noctis and his companions suffer car problems in the middle of the desert, and the game begins from there. The 4 of them have to suck it up and push the car down the road, while the player gets to experience the theme song of this game, a cover version of the song Stand By Me by Florence and the Machine. Now, this moment here really captured me because of a movie called Stand By Me that released in 1986 that I grew up watching had a similar synopsis. 4 friends learned about the accidental death of another kid they'd never met before, and they journey to go find him. All while encountering obstacles they overcome together to eventually form a strong connection and brotherhood towards the end of the movie. The movie was very heartfelt for me, and that really transferred into the game, especially towards the end. Alright, gameplay time. This is a Final Fantasy game after all. The open world required more open combat than in previous Final Fantasies, which stapled the turn-based combat style more than anything. In Final Fantasy 15, Gladiolus, Ignis, and Prompto will fight anything and everything you fight, while you as Noctis engage in whatever you want to. Noctis has the ability to do what is called a warp strike. Upon throwing his weapon in the air or at an opponent, he will instantly warp to the weapon to apply damage or follow up with an attack. On specific and occasional instances, Noctis and one of the other members of the party will engage in a Link Strike, which is a flash dual attack that'll elicit more damage than normal. Also, as the fighting progresses, a bar will fill up on the left side of the screen to give access to the player these techniques from each of the companions. These will also deal really good damage and have great supportive capabilities and are fun. This combat style for the game is very free from the constraints of turn-based combat and very flashy as if you're in your own anime. Important note is that random encounters from walking in the wilderness aren't a thing in this game. Instead, what you see is what you fight. Gear customization in Final Fantasy 15 is pretty easy to master. Each character in the game can use certain weapons, but not all of them, except Noctis, who can use any weapon you require. Everyone can use a side item or spell along with their main weapon, and can equip additional accessories, as well as equipping each companion with one technique they can use in the middle of a fight that the player can trigger whenever the technique bar has filled up to the necessary amount for their particular technique. Finally, each character, including Noctis, can be outfitted with a different look in the attire section. Each attire also can modify the stats a little bit, and can be acquired in the game and through paid or free DLC. Now for the leveling systems, we can use the Ascension menu. Completing actions, leveling up, using certain abilities, getting good post-combat ratings, many different things you do reward you AP points to use in the Ascension menu. Here, there are different sections for many aspects of the game, including additional combat abilities, more AP gathering chances and resources, better combos to use with your companions, more techniques to unlock for them as well, so on and so forth. To me, this game has very simplistic level up systems and gear systems so that you aren't bogged down for too long figuring out how you want to play through the game and what's the best way to build for it. Difficulty does come on later in the game if you're not leveled enough, but it's also not the most difficult thing to get, provided you don't skip out on too much combat. And in true Final Fantasy fashion, or JRPGs in general, side quests and game progression. Along your journey, you have ample opportunity to encounter NPCs holding side quests for you to complete for rewards and XP that help you progress a lot faster than simply going to each main story mission and completely ignoring them. Aside from side quests, you also can hit up local tipsters and hunt down monsters for more rewards and XP, and level a rating system to unlock even more difficult monsters that yield even more rewards and XP. I also recommend exploration. This game is huge and there are many places you can wander to, dungeon crawling, wink wink, to find more items and gear to use. Now, truth be told, I wanted to be sure to do this game justice for a couple of reasons. If you couldn't tell, I'm a huge fan of this game. Some people will point out its problems about story or length of it. Maybe some will have a problem with the leveling system or the gear system or constant spawning of the Niflheim soldiers every 10 seconds. To be 100% real, I like to fully immerse myself in games, especially ones that have a story to tell, no matter its faults. With this in mind, full immersion in Final Fantasy XV is highly recommended to experience the game and its story to its fullest. I love this game, and I hope you guys did too. Well, thanks for checking out the video, guys. I greatly appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like if you liked it, and be sure to subscribe to see what other games I cover. Go ahead and click the top video to see the last game I covered, and go ahead and click the bottom one to get fully immersed in something else. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you in the next video.